Okay, we are back today playing Transformers Pinball again. Getting a morning dosage of nostalgia. Right to the vein. But Sunday comes. The Transformers. More than meets the eye. The Transformers. Okay, good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
Conquest of the universe rests upon the immediate termination of all Autobots.
I love there's new voice added, new shots, timers tweaked in that with the latest code update yesterday. So good morning, let's play some pinball, J-Perps and others streaming in wherever you are watching today. What's up? What's up? Hello.
They're stealing all the energy.
Irish Luck, good morning as well, my friend.
Keep up the collecting.
I am ball save.
It is not over yet. Me Grimlock.
I'm having a little bit of difficulty consistently hitting these shots on the left. These two, the Grimlock and the little sort of wave ramp thingy. There we go. Not at that time, but and again. Sometimes I wonder if it's ever just subconscious, like I have a few failures at hitting a shot and then I just don't shoot that shot. I know that happens in Kong for me.
Shoot for sound wave.
One thing I haven't really tried is backhanding Soundwave.
Jackpot is lit. Goodbye, friends. Goodbye. Pathetic.
Irish Luck. You know, funny thing is, I was thinking about I've been talking lately about making some room in here, and I've been thinking about doing some rental of a couple games, like home use only to their. Maybe someone that'll just have it as a decoration in their house. I'll get some play, obviously.
I'm made with die-cast.
John, good morning too. What's up, my friend? So I was talking to another pinball person in my league the other day. And I was like, yeah, I'm thinking about putting a couple machines on location, which a lot of us naturally consider doing without thinking about all of the downside. But anyways, he's like, why? He's like, you make $40 a week and a high risk of the machine getting damaged, you know? And yeah, John says, be careful renting out games. You'll still have to service them. This is true. Unless you write a really good lease agreement.
You missed. In the next episode of the Transformers.
But yes, that is a concern. There are ways to do it. Like, for example, if you rented it to a pinball friend, like a person that you know knows how to pick out a stuck ball, and
this will make things a lot easier.
You could put a play count cap, much like a lease on a car. There's lots of ways to do it where it's less risky. And then just, of course, have it covered under some sort of insurance. But
Wheeljack, can you make out what this says?
so at my work, I own a couple of
As I expected.
like we're
It's
building a new
game
building for a
over,
couple years, and
Prime.
so I bought a couple scissor lifts, like those lifts, construction lifts, and I leased them to the company. But the lease agreement that I wrote is so protective. It has to be covered under their insurance. It has to be 100% professionally cleaned and maintained and inspected regularly, which I do. And any wear parts or maintenance is all the lessee pays for all of it. So it could be written in a way that is, protective. And the funny thing is too, Irish Luck though, sometimes things are a lot of work. That's like my baseline level of acceptable a lot of work is pretty high. So I'm regularly used to biting off more than I can chew or should chew when it comes to work or projects. So, but yeah, anyways. If it's room I need though, like I also would consider just folding up the game and putting them in the other room. Put a game in storage, self-storage, and then, when I want to play it, take it out. Again, I'm fully self-aware that these are pinball collector privilege problems, but, people's problems are people's problems regardless. Anyways, how to warm up game. Good morning, everybody. My name is Aaron. This is the Grownup Adjacent Pinball channel where we play pinball pretty much every day. Shout out to Nitro, where I buy my pinball machines, Nitro Pinball, and Ball Baron, where I buy my shiny pinballs.
Me Grimlock have idea. No, wait. It gone.
I don't know which one. I don't know specifically which one. I don't know specifically which one you mean, John, but I have been to a few collectors' houses that definitely have too many pinball machines. But then the question arises, what is too many?
Now, light our darkest hour.
I mean, at which point am I a pinball hoarder? I think I'm there right now. You know what else is funny? I'll tell a quick story while the music's playing. So yesterday, one of my friends, I consider them a friend, even though they razz me all the time. I had one of my Transformers or Winchester posts up, and they said, another 20K down the toilet or something like that. And I felt like saying, I would buy the classic games if you guys wouldn't scoop them all up and hoard them, because there's a community of classic game collectors, and they scoop up everything and restore them and keep them. And I would probably have more, classics or 90s games if there were more good ones available, but they just don't come up near me, and I don't want to get them shipped in really. So, but I was gonna throw it back to him and be like, come on, man, you buy up all the other good games. Just looking. I was gonna say, it looks like Robot Adjacent's not working, but it is working. So just delayed.
Can Grimlock eat ball now? Kill shot.
Neutralize enemies. Pathetic.
It's true. One of the more deceptively hard shots is under Grimlock, I'll be honest. I like that shot. It's like a gentle lift into that bridge if you call it, but it's kind of hard to... So I don't know if you know, John, but I added, what's up, Charles? Thanks for the like on Facebook. My Robot Adjacent bot on Twitch, I added like a paid language model. So it's supposed to be even better. Like it's supposed to be even more insulting and sarcastic, but anyways. All right. Again, like I said, good morning, everybody. We're playing Transformers today. Again, it's still the new and shiny, so I'm still really enjoying playing it. And
Shoot captive ball for playfield multiplier. Playfield is now at 2x.
This'll ground you for good, Laserbeak!
I gotta read about that fix that was it Papa the guy. Someone yesterday was saying the stand-up airball
The Autobots join a race to
for
raise
this
money
game.
for charity. But who will come
drop
out on
target
top
airball fix.
as we begin this episode of The Transformers.
Oh. I watched that happen. You should be able to tell Robot Adjacent to be meaner. But... Oh, J Perbs, you're getting a ground shaker. You mean Earth Shaker? Or Nitro Ground Shaker? I don't know those ones. I probably played them, I just don't remember. Oh, Nitro Ground Shaker. I assume that is also has a shaker in it. What's up, Chowmeister? Oh, it's gonna limp dick it. Limp flaccid launch.
Looks like target practice has paid off.
I'm not sure why it did that, but shiznit.
What is it?
FS Cap'n, what's up? New Williams table. Where do you mean? On
Better luck next time. Game over.
I haven't heard that one yet. On Pinball FX? I'm going on a cruise in a month or so, and I gotta bring a way to play the Pinball FX on the cruise. I don't know what's the best way. Like how do you guys play if you travel? I think I have quite a few of the games on Steam and what's up, Busta Chops as well. Also, I want to say thank you sincerely. Yesterday, we had a good amount of new subs and follows everywhere. I'm edging on 800 on Twitch, so that's good. It'd be a milestone for me. But just reading. Bravo Blitz asked, are there some machines that have ramps and rails that go straight in between the flippers? Well, I know that a lot of games have ramps and rails that lead the ball straight in between the flippers, but yeah, that's a good question. Just reading up in the chat. Bill's go. So the new code is good. It's sometimes hard to put your finger on or in what the new code tweaks are, but for me, I was able to spot the light show changing a little bit, some of the mode timers and ball saves, and also the scoring multiplier. Well, and it's not a multiplier. The scoring has been increased despite my actual score not increasing. I did read that in the notes.
My name is Optimus Prime.
Just gonna. So Bravo asked, how do you avoid the ball going in between the flippers with those leading rails without bumping the machine? To be honest, I think that any amount of small movement is always okay, unless you're in a real tight tilt bob game. But quite often the only way to save a ball that's coming straight down the middle is to really judge which flipper it's closer to and give it a bit of a tap. I'm also a huge fan of kind of constant nudging. It's one of those skills that does develop over time. I think I'm in a bit of a middle of my progression in
Has anyone
bumping.
seen Roller?
But sometimes in a tournament, if it is the only way to save your ball, people will risk a danger and just send it. Just slide the machine, just keep the ball in play, and they'll get their danger. They hope they don't get a double or a tilt, but for me, yeah, I'm always shaking the machine. I kind of limit, even on other people's machines, this is my limit of my shaking. I'm not putting my whole knee into it or my foot. That's just me, though. I don't know.
Now, light our darkest hour.
Toast Frey says Black Rose has a rail down the middle, but redirects right. Yeah, I think I remember that. Jonathan said that too. Black Rose has a rail down the middle, but redirects. Maybe they're the same. Maybe that is the same. User came over from YouTube to Twitch. Thank you. Thank you for coming over, by the way.
Transformers, more than meets the eye. Autobots wage their battle to destroy the evil forces of the Decepticons, the Transformers. Autobots in disguise. The Transformers, more than meets the eye. The Transformers.
FS Cap'n asked a question that we all want to know. How long until someone successfully mods Optimus to transform? The biggest thing would be if they can mod it to transform, but then the code can also integrate it into the game. Because what I understood was, again, it's kind of rumor and hearsay and back channel, but people said that Optimus was supposed to come down and kind of be a part of the game by blocking the ball, blocking a few shots. So, I mean, even if it transforms, what do you want it to do? Just be there and get hit? Kind of needs a little bit of integration, I would say.
Skill shot.
Noise.
You're finished.
gonna say a game.
Next time, you won't be saved.
Me Grimlock want too much metal.
I hit that drop target and it did not go down. That's annoying, but I've had that happen a couple times, and I mentioned yesterday that when a drop target, if you smash it head on, sometimes it won't fall. You can twist a bit of coil on the spring. I'm gonna let Stern know and see if they'll send me some springs, because they did that for Metallica when I was having. I know a lot of people have had Metallica where the springs aren't tight enough. But try to hit that same drop target again. No,
You'll be sorry.
went down that time, fine. Yeah, that's fine.
Go for jackpot. Get more points. 2x scoring.
Cup Bird, what's up? How's it going today, everybody in the chat? Rex, all of you. Yeah, Bravo says they can see the mod being integrated via Decepticon minigame or something. Yeah. And like personally, it doesn't bother me that Optimus doesn't transform, but the truth is it bothers a lot of people. And it's a glaring kind of thing about this game that it kind of takes away from the rest of the game's awesomeness, but because it is a conversation piece that, you know, people talk about a lot, like
Supplies incoming.
Optimus doesn't transform.
What has Cybertron sent us today?
For me, what I hope they keep updating in the code is I would love to see Megatron shoot more stuff. Like currently, it obviously shoots the nice air shot in and where it's received over here. I think that is sweet and love it. But I would love to see maybe other times where, you know, Megatron, like it does the one shot where it gently feeds the flipper. I like that as well. But it would be nice if there was like on Jurassic Park where the T-Rex kind of like randomly shoots the ball no matter what it hits. I don't know. I kind of like that randomness. It seems more alive.
The collecting. There is still a chance.
In the next episode of The Transformers.
That's right, Busted Chops. It is a shame that is what it's known for, is what it doesn't do. It is true. And then the negativity outweighs all the stuff it does do. Like, you know how cool it is that it launches a ball and catches it successfully? Like, that must have taken so much engineering. And I do like how there's multiple physical ball locks on the premium and LE. And shoot. I moved.
Let us decode that sequence.
Having some low score games today, but so make no mistake, like Bravo says, this is an awesome looking machine. This is an awesome looking machine. I think there's still potential to jazz up the light show. I think it still has potential to look a little more. As the code progresses, quite often they tweak the light show and they do a little more fancy stuff and waves and integrate the expression cabinet lighting to do a few more fancy things. It does stuff right now, but when you look at even Star Wars Fall of the Empire, after a little bit of time, now the expression lighting, it does a lot more stuff, and it looks a lot cooler. See, it's doing some cool wave stuff. I think that in attract mode, I think as the code progresses, and by the way, yesterday's code update was pretty huge, and I already noticed a few new features and voice callouts. So for me, from my perspective, I do think that the code team and the development team on Transformers is, doing a good job. So Rex says in the chat, I think Transformers is the best non-Elwyn Stern game in a long time. I think that more and more people will start to agree with that statement when they can get some time on the game. And I'll tell you, like, this, and so I agree with you, Rex. I think it is a great machine. Jurassic Park sits right next to this game. I keep making comparisons because it has a couple very similar shots. Let's be honest, the shot, the far right sort of semi-orbit, it feels a lot like Jurassic Park's O shot. The placement of the upper flipper is nearly identical. And the placement of the ramp, not where the ramp goes, but the ramp placement. And if you look at a lot of games have similarities. I remember when I didn't notice it until I had Metallica Remastered sitting next to ABBA, that ABBA's ramps were nearly identical to Metallica. And I was like, what the? And anyway, so I do like when different companies do get tribute and shots from other games. Winchester Mystery House is an absolute example of that as well. Winchester has some very familiar feeling shots and placement to, I'm just talking about locations, not the exact look or what they do, but Winchester Mystery House has some feel similar to Jurassic Park as well, and Foo Fighters. So both, obviously, Winchester takes the cross shots and flow and redirection to like a whole other level. But yeah, I think I'm still having troubles with my skill level finding all the shots on Transformers, but I think it'll come. One shot that I'm having a little challenge with is the upper flipper into the shot next to Optimus. Again, I don't have the shot name, whatever. The one that goes in and feeds that little up scoop, and then it comes back to your left flipper. Sometimes it just rejects in there, but I have the same issue with Jurassic Park, the same issue with the that little vertical scoop. I don't know, what are those called? They're not called Vux. It's just a vertical scoop, vertical ramp. I don't know. Anyways, my John Wick does that too at the Katia ramp, but
Puny Decepticons don't stand chance against Grimlock.
But yeah, just following the chat too. Yeah, I think that the next sort of large cornerstone release, there needs to be a big innovation or a wow moment. I think that would impress us all. But yeah, Robin Gutson's on TikTok. Yeah, this game is playing great so far. I'm enjoying it so far.
But enough talk.
Thanks for the new follows
Let's
over there too.
roll out.
It's possible, yeah, that my right upper flipper is a part of that issue where it's not making it into that vertical ramp. You know what? Before I launch this ball, I am going to turn. I wasn't having airball issues with this one. I am going to turn up my upper right flipper, and hopefully it makes that one, because that one I've been getting some rejects, unfortunate rejects. And oops, no, not that. I'm going to bump this one up to the default. I'm also going to give this one a hair more. All right, we bumped a few. So I had turned them down a little bit. And by the way, also, everybody you always turn the trough eject power down to save the wood in your trough. Another thing I find, the slings are a little strong right now. They're really causing some chaos, but I think it's part of the gameplay, so I'm not going to touch it. But just thought I'd mention that. And Rex, I do believe that, you know, a lot of companies do overlay their successful templates and that, which I'm not even mad at, because then we find some familiarity.
Grownup getting mad.
The Autobots need Energon to function. The Decepticons need Energon to conquer.
Get out.
Audio disruptor waves.
The yeah, that fed that a little better. This little ramp here and those shots are surprisingly hard to hit. They kind of rattle often, which I like a difficult shot.
Shoot for sound wave.
Been hit. That did not seem so super to me.
Shoot captive ball for playfield multiplier.
Card collected.
Double scoring.
That was James Bond adjacent sounds.
In the next episode of The Transformers.
This will make things a lot easier.
Megatron is no more. I now lead the Decepticons.
What is it?
This is one of those modes that when you're in a mode to hit the stand-ups, you can't hit any of them. But when you're not, you can hit all of them. That's interesting, Rex. I didn't, but you know, it's it is very similar, right? It's like in Talos, it's like in Stranger Things, where when you got to hit those Demogorgon shots or the lit stand-ups, you just can't hit any of them. I can't hit it.
But you better look behind you.
This time, Megatron will fall, and I will rise.
Oh, I saw that happen.
Acknowledge me as the new Decepticon leader.
Yeah, definitely Rex. Some of the features are in similar spots to James Bond, but it's funny when you look at any pinball machines. It's like they're all same, but different.
Super skill shot.
Pew pew pew.
Who throw pebble at Grimlock?
Decepticon tech spec card collected.
Oh,
Countdown to extinction initiated.
my right out lane is actually very friendly. This is like the oxygen destroyer. Come on. I'm not gonna get it. Come on. The one time I need ball control, I cannot get it. Okay.
Now load me.
Fire. What was...
Talos, I might have changed that timer.
Your defeat.
I think I might have changed that timer in my settings because it was too hard.
The Autobots shrink themselves down and enter Megatron to retrieve the heart. But are they?
I don't know
up
about
for the
this. It
task?
enters
As we
Megatron
begin
while it's
this
sleeping.
episode of
This
the
is
Transformers.
sus. Oh, nice one. Hit that shot.
Enemies.
Run the data through our decoder.
Better luck next time.
But also, I wanted to say hello to my friends
Game
and
over.
viewers on TikTok today. I'm live streaming vertical format to the TikToks. Sometimes my stream software is problematic getting it out to TikTok, but nice to see you in the chat today, everyone. You get all my short content and that goes there, but actually, the thing about TikTok is that's the first place I grabbed my phone and I mounted it up here and started live streaming. And I had not been on really TikTok before. I was an earlier adopter of TikTok, but all it was feeding me was like dancing girls. I'm like, this isn't for me. I feel like this isn't what it Anyway, so when I created my pinball TikTok account and mounted with like a magic arm on a tripod or a broom handle, and I'm like, whoa, there's like 10 pinball people watching me play. That was a couple years ago, and I've transitioned into, 5 camera setup, 5 microphones, way too much equipment. And now it's like a huge part of my life. So thank you, the TikTok world. Thank you, the Twitch world. Thank you, the YouTube world. You guys are fun. All right. right. Dun, 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 dun. What's up this Monas? This one showed up like a couple days ago. This one was one too where, you know, I'm going to share some of my frustration. Sometimes I talk about frustrating shit on the stream, but anyways. So when you buy an LE from a distributor, typically you have to pay for the whole thing in advance before they'll ship it from the manufacturer. This is because they don't want to get stuck with an LE that is going to be hard to sell. Anyways, it's always been that way. Well, I paid for my game in full, and then there was like a delay at Stern or delay shipping, and I was like, so it was, I paid in full, and it was almost 2 months before I actually got it. I was like pretty frustrated with that process. But then as a surprise, another game that I had also paid in full showed up. So anyways, I'm happy enough. But I'm kind of glued to Transformers right now. I'm really enjoying playing it. I'm still finding that it is way more challenging than it looks. I say that because, I don't know, something about the toys and the colors and makes you feel like it should be an easy game. Kind of like, I mean, some of you may be really good at playing Pokemon, but Pokemon it has some shots that are very repeatable, but you know, to get a really high score on Pokemon is also not super easy, but they did design it to be a little more approachable with like, I know, Doc Imagineer. That's right. This game is more than met my eye. That's right.
Free play is the right of all sentient beings.
Let's go. I know, Dallas says Pokemon is easy. You know what makes, okay, I'll tell you why everyone says Pokemon is easy. It's not because they've played it and they've decided it's easy. Some of the first gameplay on Pokemon was the games were so dialed in, the flippers were set perfect, the ramps were perfect. Like when I played Pokemon at Stern Media Day, their machines were dialed. It was so fun. I've also played some really dialed in. When I say dialed in, I think that a lot of people think when you buy a pinball machine, you don't need to adjust stuff, but you quite often do need to make little adjustments to make things repeatable or flow well. Sometimes it's as simple as straightening stand-up targets or bending ball guides. It's not difficult, but anyways, a well dialed in machine can be. Here's an example of a machine that requires to be well dialed in, Uncanny X-Men. There's a version of that is at my local called Industry Arcade. It is just dialed in. It's a pro. It's dialed in so nicely that there's no one that will play that game and complain about it. Yet I've also played on games where versions of the game that there's been no adjustment, no maintenance, and then it just sucks. Like it's not fun to play. You can't hit the shots that are important. Anyways, I don't know where I'm going with this, but
One shall stand.
what's up, Lunar?
One
Also,
shall fall.
had to spend a lot of time with Pokemon and get used to it before it started to click. You know what? I told this story the other day on stream, but I went and played Pokemon at a place in Washington called The Racket. And I went there right at opening. I played, man, like 10 games in a row on Pokemon. I just started to get kind of good at it and be able to have fun. You got to play like $10 of pinball in order to have any opinion on the game, really. Like, I think it's so challenging that people are forced to make buying decisions watching people like me play. You know what I mean? Which is fine. It's the world we live in, especially with these FOMO games. But yeah, like I didn't really experience Pokemon until I plugged in. And actually, I didn't plug in lots of money. I was getting replays. They had the replay award set to like 50%. So like I just kept getting free credits. And I was playing slow, and I played just Pokemon for like an hour and a half on $6, I think. But it was good. It was a pro, perfectly level, nice and clean.
Me Grimlock kick butt.
Yeah, Rex, I think you mentioned once before you have a friend that bought an Uncanny X-Men. There were like 8 Stern recall kits, 8 aftermarket kits to install. Yeah, that's tough. And we do all know that Uncanny X-Men reportedly had to kind of jump the line because the next game wasn't ready. And I think that was one where it really showed. I still really enjoy playing Uncanny X-Men, but it's one that Uncanny X-Men is at all of my locals. So I don't think I'll buy it because they all have a good one. But it is a good game. It's a bold game. I know Jack's going to get back into designing. I love Jack Danger as not only a human, but what he does for the community. And Foo Fighters is chef's kiss, in my opinion. So
Grimlock hungry.
let's play some more Transformers.
The Transformers, more than meets the eye. Autobots wage their battle to destroy the evil forces of the Decepticons. The Transformers. The Transformers.
Yeah, I hear you too, Dr. Imagineer.
The Transformers.
So we don't have Lemon Law.
Autobots.
Lemon Law is
and
where
roll out.
if there's a number of significant issues with a newly released automobile, the manufacturer's like forced to take it back. And I had a Volkswagen Atlas that I bought. We bought a Volkswagen Atlas just as it was released, and oh my god, I use a term that Dr. Engineer says, it's not ready for prime time. My Volkswagen Atlas had like 8 massive recalls, and one of the recalls bricked the car. They were doing an update and it said your catalytic converter's not functioning and it wouldn't let you drive the car. So it did that right before my wife went on a road trip, and she lost her shit and made them pull the catalytic converter off a new Atlas in the driveway. Let's go. Let's effing go.
You are a natural shot.
See, things start to work eventually. That felt good. That's a tight shot with that stand up in the way. So.
You fools!
Shoot again, please.
It is not over yet.
Calprog, what's up? That's you know what, actually I just bought a Toyota Tundra. I traded in my Toyota Sequoia. I'm pretty sure the Toyota Tundra that I bought is made in Texas. I'm pretty sure. I don't know. I'm sure Doc would know that.
Shoot Captain Ball for playfield multiplier.
The playfield is now 2x. What good will it do you?
The Autobots discover a lagoon filled with Electrum, an indestructible
Yes,
substance.
Doc. I'll send
Will the
pics.
Decepticons
I go to
steal
pick
all
it up
for
at 11 a.m.
themselves?
my time.
As we begin
11:30
this
a.m.
episode
my time.
of The Transformers.
Card collected.
Well, Calprog, so funny story. I had a Sequoia 2023, and it had the hybrid V6 twin turbo, and it exploded roadside. So it got a new engine. Toyota was great to deal with. I got a great loaner for a month and a half. Anyways, I really liked my loaner, which was a Tundra, and so I traded in my Sequoia, and actually, because the Tundra was a little bit less, or the Sequoia, I should say, held its value. So my new car, they're giving me a check. They're giving me a new car and a check. So, which I don't think is ever going to happen again. purchasing
Your
a car.
weakness disgusts me.
I don't consider it a downgrade either, really. I'm gonna love that Tundra.
Good work, Autobots. Now follow me.
What's up, Slinger? How's it going? Take a dip in business. It's right there.
That is mine.
I don't know if it's happening more after yesterday's code update. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, there was a big code update on Transformers. I feel like Megatron's moving a little bit more left to right, but I don't know that for sure. But come on now.
Perhaps we can use the space bridge to our advantage.
Card collected.
I haven't tried it. I haven't tried backhanding the Grimlock.
Blaster,
I'm not very
cause some
successful at
chaos
right
with
flipper
your
shooting it, but
music.
I'm trying. Yeah, I'm gonna try to hit that shot, Talos. What I was gonna say, I want to try to hit it from here, like that, but from the left. Oh, nasty! I'm not gonna blame the code update, but I was getting scores of the 200 million. I think I've just started to suck at this game.
There is more to you than meets the eye.
Yes, I should be starting a mode before I trigger the multi-ball. I'm still getting used to where to read and where to understand it.
Us.
I'll be first to admit I'm sometimes slow on the uptake when it comes to pinball fundamentals. I'll be first to admit that. Strange.
Megatron is no more! I now lead the Decepticons.
This is just an all switch frenzy.
Megatron!
I like those random frenzy modes. I kind of blew it.
What us the Dakota reveal.
What's up, Russ? Yeah, I got your message the other day too.
Expected. Guess what? Game over.
It is a little bit goofy. Usually the premium, yeah, usually I feel like they were waiting on parts. So Russ is a neighbor in my area. We both buy kind of new machines quite often from the same distributor. And yeah, it seems like the new premiums took a little longer to get out of the factory. But I was told that they were waiting on parts, but no specific details. But I'm the person that'll always say, I hate surprises, but I love surprises. Like I hate not knowing when stuff is going to come. Oh my goodness, thank you so much for the hype on YouTube, Calprog. Very much appreciated. The super chat, my friend, I appreciate it. Buying Transformers was that thing where I'm like, when is this freaking game coming? I made room. I moved everything around. I didn't like, I was going to take some time off work because I'm like, when's the game coming? I want to have some new time with the new game. But anyways, again, I am also first to admit, these are very pinball collector privilege things. But another friend, the same friend actually said something earlier yesterday that like, man, another 20,000 out the door on a game. I'm like, you know what? I work a very hard job. My job is hard. I need something to come. I need to have an immediate payback reason to go and do my hard, difficult job every day. I don't gripe about my job too much, but it is not easy. It's generally not fun. Anyways, other things. In other news.
Has anyone seen Mirage?
Has anyone seen Mirage? Are there? I mean, do you guys want to see the movie mode? You want to try this? Let's try this. I haven't done this yet. What's up? Oh my God, Arc. Thank you so much you are follower number 798, actually. And I just want you to know, we are very close to 800. And what's up, Stringer, too? I saw you slinging in there, or stringing in there. Let's try out this movie mode. Oh, oops.
Help Grimlock smash!
I haven't done it yet. I don't know what it's going to be like, but let's try it. Optimist, the movie, the mode, or the movie, the mode. Okay. Interesting. The movie, the mode.
We've got Decepticons in the base, Decepticons in the air, Decepticons inside walls, Decepticons. If we beat them with the walls and they're still in the air, if we shoot them out of the air, then they're still at the gates. The way to stop them is nowhere, that's where.
I just want to before I want to see all this video because I haven't been in this mode yet. Stringer's watching from the YouTube today, I can tell. I don't want to skip this. Copyright warning incoming. It's upcoming. The incoming trauma. All right, we're gonna shoot red shots. I like it when it's obvious what to do. I haven't hit any. Shiznit.
I wasn't worried for a microsecond.
I think there's a way to get to this in the game as well. I just selected it in the menu. One unlit shot I hit. That's okay.
Autobots, destroy Devastator.
You probably didn't understand the situation.
So hit the obvious captive ball.
To do tonight, let's die. But one day, an Autobot shall rise through our ranks and use the power of the Matrix
One
to
day.
light our darkest hour. So long, hero.
I want this guy to like record my voicemail for work. I'm not even gonna try to like fake the voice, but yeah, Calprog again. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it. Appreciate y'all. My Dungeons and Dragons is making some noise. My I think my work voicemail right now says, I don't check my voicemail. Call the office. If you don't have the office number, don't call me back. Like it's very like it's very like, I don't know, passive in ways. There's been like a massive uptick in spam email. I'm convinced that there's some AI scraping of old databases and stuff. And but they're using it for like very targeted reasons. So like in my industry, we have ingredient suppliers and shipping suppliers. And they'll be like, dear, and then the name is like the screen name for a very old email I've used, but it's to my work email. So they've combined lists and they're doing, it's impossible. Like at our business, we have like quite a few employees, and we're almost ready to tell people we're not doing email anymore. Email is, we're done with it. Like it's almost to the point where like, if you want to get a hold of us, use an envelope, because there's so much spam and scam in the email. Internal stuff, we use Teams, but like, dude, I got something the other day that was so clearly a scam. They're like, open this decryptor using this password. And we're like, no, you can fax us. Here's our fax number. Yes. Well, that's the thing too. I wish there was a way. And so a couple of years ago, Rex, they did start to have, especially the unsubscribe, the one-click unsubscribe. That was the best thing ever. You know, it's easy to get off of these lists now, but it's the ones that are not American. I'll be honest. Like a lot of it is overseas people. Hey, do you want container shipping from China? Soy products from this area? Because they don't have the same like anti-spam laws, and they just want to get a lead. So I'm getting a lot of that lately, but anyways. So document engineer, yeah, there was 2 voice actors. They had 2 voice actors that were the original 2. Again, I don't know the names off the top of my head, but they were, I think they did incredible work. And I'm starting to realize the more pinball I play and the more pinball I own or go and want to play on location, how important that sound is. And there's a product, I'm going to find the name. I feel like it's not, I'm going to find the name, but basically it's these two magnet receivers that go on the speakers of a game, and they Bluetooth to headphones. There's a bit of a delay, but it makes it so if you're at an arcade, you can throw in your noise canceling headphones and hear the game. And is similar like when I showcase a new game or live stream a game, I put magnet microphones on the speakers, noise canceling. And anyways, I saw this product at Southern Fried Gaming Expo. I meant to go see them, and I just ran out of time and steam and energy. But I'll find it. Anyways, if you looked for like Bluetooth, headphone, speaker, pinball, something, it looks kind of goofy. Like you're attaching this 2-speaker device. It's like 2 like Dixie cups, like 2 little cylinders. You put one on either speaker, and it has a wire in between. And I'm told there's like a 1 or 2 second delay. But if you want to hear call outs and music, I think it's worth it. I haven't tried it. I want to try it. But anyways, I'm rambling a bit. But
Freedom is the right of all sentient beings.
yeah, Doc, I don't know. I think they got the original dudes to do the voiceover on this game. I'm pretty sure. I don't know for sure, but
Transformers, more than meets the eye. Autobots wage their battle to destroy the evil forces of the Decepticons.
well, they definitely got older. Yeah, I thought you were gonna say louder. It's not even a bad thing though. To me, can you imagine coming back and doing voiceover and being like just as good? I think it's just
Prime.
I think it's excellent. Like that recording I thought was excellent. You know, everyone's voice will sound older when we're 80 or something, but like these guys are great. Steve Ritchie's I'm not sure how older or what age Steve Ritchie is. His voice I think is getting better over time. It's awesome. Yeah, like a sound-alike, like Documenteer in Jurassic Park. They got the sound-alike for Samuel L. Jackson. It's kind of funny. It's good. It's campy, but yeah, they can post-process.
Skill shot.
They can post-process quite a bit. But now that you said it, I can hear that it does sound a little bit older. Oh, yes. Getting some luck digging it out of that. I tried to trust it.
This will make no difference. Do not worry, I've got you.
I'm trying. Yes, Peter Cullen and Frank Welker did the voiceovers. Thank you, CalProg, for filling in that detail. It's appreciated. Yeah, they do an excellent job.
Shoot captive ball for playfield multiplier.
That I can do.
Playfield is now at 2x.
It's frustrating. 2 shots reject in a row.
Me Grimlock say shut it, Megatron!
Goodness.
We must stand together.
Oh, that was lucky.
Lucky.
Lucky. There we go. Megatron's moving around a bit. I'd say I'm having a lot of troubles hitting that left ramp. And that shot.
You'll be sorry.
That shot over there on the left upper.
Fortunately, I have a delicate ball saving technique.
Let's go. Oh, it's not letting anymore. Refried noodle, what's up, my friend?
Do not grieve. Your ball is now one with the Matrix.
I do have one thing I wished with shots and layout on this game. If the shot over across from that upper flipper rejected, it would be nice to be able to nudge the machine and refeed it, but it seems to not do it.
Celebrate while you can.
I'm gonna keep trying. But... rest my feet for a second here. Dun, 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 dun.
We have a new champion.
So Rex asks, on Winchester, did I have to adjust the right ramp
Better luck
corkscrew?
next time.
Game over.
You've played 2 on location where that didn't work very well. Let me see. No, I haven't adjusted it. I haven't adjusted my right ramp corkscrew on Winchester yet, but I think I can see. Now that I think about it, I think I have had a few rejects from it. So I will monitor the situation for sure. Now that you mentioned it, I'll keep my eye on it, because if it does, this is the good thing about owners forums on Facebook or the Facebook groups or on Pinside. Generally people have had these same issues, and I know it sounds very lame for me to say this, but for some people that are, afraid of the spell checker, but actually, lately when I have like a specific reject issue, I've been using Grok to do all the legwork, because it goes into Pinside and finds the info for me. But anyways, people don't like it when I say that stuff. I'll be like, I'm having rejects on Winchester pinballs, corkscrew, shot. Look on my usual places and figure out what the fix is. It finds all the info. No clicking, no logging in. So, but yeah, we'll take a look at that. I actually like looking in those owners forums too sometimes, because people talk about like what else is wrong or what else is worth buying the little fixes and stuff, or what to ask the manufacturer for. Sometimes everyone will be like, well, have you got your 3D printed piece, or have you got your airball protector? I think Transformers is going to need an airball protector at Optimus's feet, but maybe not. I don't know. I'm not going to put it on until I'm sure it's absolutely needed, but I do want to look into the drop targets in front of Megatron and see, is there like a known good solution for, the high speed air balls from there? Yeah, and Rex. So Rex, I feel like I'm preaching to the choir, the receiving party here, but combing through forums and social media for stuff has got to be one of the best things the things that AI is best at. So this is 100% true. Everyone, no one needs to say we hate AI slop. Everyone hates AI slop, okay? You're not winning by telling everyone you hate AI slop. Everyone hates AI slop. Everyone, it's the new virtue signaling to say I hate AI slop. No shit. Everyone hates AI slop. But if AI will do your research for you faster than you can do it, you go sit on your pile of encyclopedias and Alta Vista search engine and crawl through all the sponsored links. You go do that, people. But yeah, researching, troubleshooting, problem solving. If that is part of your life or your job, that is what AI is for. Taking creativity, doing creative things, you got to be careful with that. I use it to make certain things in my life easier, and I will not stop because a virtue signaler tells me to. But yeah, Rex, like I use it a lot. I use it a lot at work. I have a technical job where we need to find information, change processes, change procedures. So it's excellent for that. The other thing that gets a lot of hate in regards to AI is when people use AI to create posters. That is the current thing. Well, I hate to tell everybody this, but there's no money in pinball. I hate to tell you that. When people go to play in tournaments, it's extremely cheap. When people go and play in tournaments, they're not filling the bar with money, so the bar's not getting rich. There isn't money to pay $300. The going rate to design a poster is between $200 and $500 US. I don't know where these critics think that the small bar operators or the tournament coordinators, who, by the way, no one gets paid. No, everyone's a volunteer. Where do they think that $500 is going to come from to make your poster that meets your fucking virtue signaling cringy standards? It's just so silly. People I think I kind of look at a poster made with AI and I'm like, well, that's good. They created something because they didn't have the ability or the funds. Are we making fun of people for not having abilities or money now? Is that what we're doing? I mean, I'm on a bit of a soapbox because yes, I don't like AI slop. AI should not be used to create slop in a commercial environment and then sell the slop to people. That no one likes that. But to come down on a tournament director at a pub in freaking Texas or Tennessee and say, you created a slop poster. Okay, are you going to donate the $500 US so that person can get a poster that meets your standards, even though you're not ever going to spend a penny there? Anyways, I think that the critics of people making posters for their events, they need to realize there's no money in it. They don't have a budget to create a poster that is, up to your standards. It's a small establishment. Give them a break. Give these people a break. It's often like a volunteer tournament director that just wants to get enough people so their tournament doesn't get canceled. Give them a break. And people will say too, I've used AI to create some art. I don't give a fuck what you say. I was a graphic artist for years, a real one. I use it still in my job. Anyways, the whole thing, it's the new virtue signaling. One of the Facebook groups I follow, they're like, no more AI content. you will be banned. It's like, oh, okay. How is the high horse for you? You know? And anyways, yes, I think that AI slop is annoying, but let's not hurt the people's feelings that can't afford a poster. A poster is at minimum $200 US to get a good poster created, and more like $500 to get a good poster created. And or a subscription to Canva that's about $500 a year. So I think that, and if you look closely too, there's a few people in the pinball industry that are just so vocal about it. But okay, so are you making fun of people that can't afford to get an artist? Are we making fun of people that can't afford stuff? I'm not doing that. You can do that over there in your dead media platform. I don't know. But I think it's, pinball, we need to promote pinball. We need crappy posters to get one or two people to come to the tournaments. We do. So, I mean, for myself, it's made me want to like relearn all of the graphic tools I used to use to create better designs, and, but yes, we all hate AI slop, but we shouldn't make fun of those who have to use it because they can't afford a designer. And guess what else? So other people will say like, all right, well, you can just use a Canva template, free Canva. Guess what? Most of the Canva templates are made with AI. But the other thing too, the other thing, not that I'm going off on a total tangent, is so the other place where you hire freelance people is Fiverr or Fiverr, whichever you want to call it. I was looking through there yesterday. I have a project where I need a design made. 80% of the designers, I would say 80%, they're just AI bots or AI people that have it. So even finding a good freelance designer, good luck. They're going to be AI anyway. But anyways, I think making fun of the people with their posters is kind of mean. It's just bullying to make yourself look somehow better. And anyways, where I am at in life, I don't need to bully people. And I don't need to make people feel they're below me to get them to shill to buy my shitty media or shitty content. Yeah, Rex says, can we talk about the real controversy this week? Pokemon Home Edition is 95 feature complete Pokemon Pro. Yeah, so I actually haven't looked at it yet, but when I saw the first picture, Rex, of Pokemon Home Edition, I was like, dude, that's like, that's the exact same game. That is very interesting. So yeah, documentary. I meant to make time yesterday. I was just like kind of busy yesterday. I meant to do that. Cool Toy. I want to do a huge shout out to Cool Toy also. Cool Toy Doug is such a chill, cool guy, cool human. And I've seen him a couple times. He's been helpful. He lent me some equipment when I didn't have some stuff for filming. And yeah, very positive person. If you don't follow Cool Toy, good dude. Yeah, Refried Noodle says the home editions have a much lower budget of switches and solenoids and lights. That is interesting. I have heard sometimes they'll share some capacitors or node boards that will be done on a bit of a budget. The thing is though, like, can we blame them for it? That is how you would sell a product to be a little bit cheaper. So I can't really blame them for that. If it works, it works. But I'd be interested if you walk up to a Pokemon Home Edition, does it feel like the Pro? Because it sure looks like the Pro. And I bet you the modes are very similar. So I'm just realizing, looking at myself on the screen, I got some heavy bags under my eyes today. I didn't sleep well last night. I did the thing where I was starving at bedtime. So like I ate a bowl of cereal at like right before bed. That's a mistake. I just had like dreams all night. I didn't get a good sleep. I had long hours of sleep. Like I think I slept for like 8 hours, but man, I looking rough. Looking rough. I need hair and makeup. Where's hair and makeup? But anyways, this kind of went off on a bit of a tangent, but we need less hate in pinball. Don't hate. Master.
Me Grimlock. Wanna play?
Sure.
I am Optimus Prime.
So far, that's my favorite shot, by the way, guys, if it isn't obvious. Sniping that,
Captive ball for playfield multiplier.
sniping that left ramp from the left, or the right ramp from the left flipper. It's been my favorite shot so far.
You won't be saved next time.
Oh, it's a Megatron trick shot. So you get more points when you get it in between the drop targets. That's cool.
The Transformers.
Shit's lit. Come on.
you snail-lacious slowpokes!
Well, now I know to try it when that center drop target's down. Try to snipe it. I think I was trying to hit the captive ball from the upper right flipper just then.
Get more points. 2x scoring.
Skill shot.
Close. They're stealing all the energon!
Getting a little. So Slinger, I'm just reading that. The slings. Oh, okay. So sorry, I'm just catching up in the chat. So Slinger mentioned talking about Pokemon Home Edition that all the slings fire at the same time. Okay, interesting.
Tech spec collected.
Oh, come on, man. And some unlucky shots.
Wheeljack, can you make out what this says?
You know what I wonder, Slinger? Do you think you could
Better luck next
add
time.
node? Do you think you could make the home
Autobot.
editions
Giving up so
play
soon.
the same as the other one? And also, do people add bigger screens to their home edition? I feel like that is a mod that people could do. You know, make a metal frame or even a plastic frame, frankly, but a frame around for a bigger screen. That would be cool. For me, the home pins have been, I know, especially Documengineer has experience with a couple of the different home pins and says, you know, they're great choices. For me, just knowing that I love pinball the $2,000 extra to get the Pro would be worth it. But the thing is, there's something about when someone walks through Costco and they see the game and they can touch it. That's huge. That's gonna make a few more pinball people out of our community. My Costco is insanely busy. It is a lineup, 100-foot lineup every day of the week. And what happens when the economy is in a bit of turmoil or a bit of uncertainty in any economy, places like Costco, places like Aldi, places like Walmart, that's where people shop more. They don't leave any pennies on the table. Consumers are pretty smart. So anyways, places like Costco, they will have a lot more traffic to see modern pinball. I think it's great. I think it's great that Stern is still pushing home edition. I shouldn't say home pin. That's the brand of the other. Yeah. Home edition pinball is going to be huge to grow that audience. The people that can afford a $3,900 machine, but $6,900 is plus shipping from a dealer. It's a barrier. It's a $3,000 barrier. So, and also Slinger. Now, chat is chat. We could decipher what everyone means. Feel free always, but it's catching up in the chat a little bit. Yeah, so Russ is right. So it's $4,999 and versus $6,999. So $2,000 difference between, well, $2,000 in this day and age, ladies and gentlemen, you got to earn $4,000. If you pay income tax, which most people do, in order that $2,000 difference is actually you had to earn $4,000 at the $4,000 to buy it, but. And Johnny Button with the good point too, or $4,000 for a used Pro, if you're in a good market. That's the thing. Like where Russ Bullock and I are, it's like a pinball desert on Marketplace and Pinside. There's nothing, really reasonably for sale near us, and we're in a pretty populated area, but pretty populated versus like a city like Portland, whereas pinball mecca, or even a larger population base like Los Angeles, Austin, Houston. There's way more pinball to choose from used. So that's why, again, this other friend the other day was saying, like, it seems like you only buy new pinball machines. It's like, yeah, because there's no used ones available. Like there truly isn't. But Talos, my friend Henry, Henry is a deal hunter and a great negotiator. He buys a lot of pinball machines. He has the same problem that a lot of us do. But he finds a deal and he'll drive like days to go and get a pin. He's driven down around the Gulf Coast. I know he's driven long distances to pick up machines, but I just need a very short break. I'm vibrating. I gotta check my message. Let's put a track on. Be right back. Okay, I'm back. Sorry, I had to. Microsoft Teams was doing its thing, and so I'm back. Thank you for those who stuck around. But
Well,
play a little more
hello there.
Transformers and Talos. Yes, my friend Henry, who's an amazing friend of mine. I love the individual Henry Debron. Anyways, he is a awesome human being, and he does spell it with an I. Yes. Tall, brown haired. You'll see him he's in a lot of my videos because we do some travel YouTube or pinball travel once in a while. Same with Johnny Button and Jay Biscuity. You'll see them in some of my videos around. But
Robots in disguise.
yeah, Russ, I'm reading up in the messages too. You'd like to find a home use only Wick Pro. Yeah, John Wick Pro is definitely one that, because you can add the expression lighting. I think it's one that if I were to buy it again, the Pro is just fine. The car moving is kind of cool, and the Blood Oath marker that's metal is kind of cool. Those are nice, like, I don't know, mods. I also am a fan of the weapon crate that opens, so I kind of am happy I did the extra.
Me Grimlock no bozo, me king.
The extra money commitment on the premium, but the Pro for John Wick is still fine. Slinger, you're right too. John Wick, the approval rating, like we talk about with like, the government approval that no one cares about. The approval rating and hype around John Wick is like seen a resurgence. Well, you still need to buy the lights for the premium, Rex. So I just think that the ability to add the lights to the Pro, it was a cool thing that they did, and I think John Wick was one of the first. I could be wrong. Maybe they did it with Maiden or Rush. But it is also possible if you look hard and long enough to find John Wick LEs floating
Me
around.
Grimlock smartest.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, I would get a Pro and add the lights. Especially if it's going in a collection and, you know, $3,000, $2,000. I mean, it's $2,000 is $2,000.
Where is that traitor Starscream?
Let's go.
Let me help you in this fight.
Just trying to use the upper flipper to tag that last drop target. Come on now.
Shoot captive ball for playfield multiplier. Double scoring.
Lock some balls. I forget what you need to do to qualify the ball lock.
Skill shot.
Oh, Optimus hit lights ball lock. Okay, excellent. I know to start to do that more. kind of just fumbling my way through today, but I'm having fun, so. Oh, I smashed that center drop target.
Me Grimlock.
Well, that's the other thing, Russ, that that's another thing about John Wick Premium is it does have the physical ball lock for the Pink Pony Club.
We must stand together.
Pink Pony Club. Oh, noise. Like self-locked. Russ, you gotta see my house, man. I need fun. I need room, bro. A little bit hoardish looking in here. Pink Pony Club. So
Card collected.
I don't really understand the cards yet.
Frenzy, ravage,
Okay, so I'm gonna try to start the mission and then start the multi-ball. See if I can do
Next
it.
episode of The Transformers.
Mission energized.
There we go. Am I doing?
Decepticons incoming. Autobots, transform and roll out.
I never plan stuff properly.
Multiball.
Alright.
Well, looks like target practice is paid off.
Shoot for sound wave.
Decepticons, retreat. Time is running out. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Final
not fast.
flow is lit. Time audit.
5, 4, 3, 2.
Dinobot jackpot is lit.
Come on. I missed it. Slow.
Such heroic nonsense.
Another mode.
Megatron has discovered the heart of Cybertron, a device of immense power. The Autobots shrink themselves down and enter Megatron to retrieve the heart. But are they up for the
It's
task?
non-consensual.
As we begin this episode of The Transformers.
What? Oh, that shot's hard enough. I don't need it to reject.
like a true Autobot, Spike.
Evil brain impulses.
Autobot jackpot.
Let's get a snipe over to Optimus.
5, 4, 3, 2,
Come on.
1.
Time
Did I
added.
get it? I got it.
Three, two, one.
It's another ball. Okay, give me a second to stop and think. Thank you, Rockin'.
Time is up.
Another fairly pride.
Cybertron has gifted us.
Oh,
Shoot, jackpot!
I will. That sucks. So Dino Jackpot was gently flashing. I could have hit that.
Nice score.
All right. Dun, 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 dun.
Finally, someone competent.
I like that. That's clever. The decoder. No free game, though.
As I expected.
You did well.
Well, that last game was like, I feel like I was actually more engaged. Felt like I hit a few more shots. So, but, let's throw up one more game before I head off. Or a game or two. We'll see.
We now return to the Transformers.
Autobots, transform and roll out.
Does anyone in the chat today have any new thoughts or opinions on the release of the Big Lebowski Jesus edition by Dutch Pinball?
My precious little darling.
In the next episode of The Transformers.
I accept the challenge.
Refried Noodle says it devalues the existing ones. This is true. Because it is almost like an LE that's coming out, right? So this has a
Shut
question.
up,
So
Megatron.
in the chat, Refried Noodle says it devalues the existing, the Big Lebowskis, which there were only 500. I would not be happy if I owned one. So here's the other question to that. I've heard that this one will have some improvements to some technical stuff that the first one had. And do we want companies to re-release improved versions of games, or just make new games that might not be good? Like, because like CGC, their releases of like, you know, Medieval Madness, Attack from Mars, like those were like almost better versions in some ways. Oh shoot.
Shoot for sound wave.
I'm just worried that it would take a long time to receive the shipments. Ooh, Rex says it's Transformers and improved Foo Fighters. Some of the shots are in similar places. There's two shots I feel are very similar in the upper right ramp, but my upper right ramp in Transformers is functioning way better than my Foo Fighters. This little ramp here, the left ramp that vertically feeds this, it is a very hard shot to hit. It's also hard in Foo Fighters, so I'm looking at it, I'm like, how can I make that shot easier?
Do not worry. I've got you.
You have finished.
What's up, Silver Ion, as well? I don't know. You got to admit the left or the right ramp in Foo Fighters is, it's not as easy as that. Flat out, I can hit this all day long. Foo Fighters is a little tougher to successfully hit, but some of the shots are very tribute to-ish. I'm getting a bit of pin fatigue today.
Megatron has discovered
I should have locked another ball
Cybertron,
first before starting
a
a
device
mode.
of immense power.
I'm learning.
The Autobots shrink themselves
Learning.
down and enter
Slowly.
Megatron to retrieve the
Slowly
heart.
but surely.
But are they up for the task? As we begin this episode of The Transformers.
Shoot captive ball for playfield multiplayer.
The playfield is now 2x. What good will it do you?
And I'm actually like, freaking hell. I'm actually having quite a bit of issue consistently hitting these two shots. I got to practice them. I got to work on them. I'll get it.
Let us decode that
I'm not there
sequence.
yet. My skill level has not caught up to those shots, but I think I'm gonna wrap this live stream, ladies and gentlemen who've come to see this game today. I'll probably have something on. I'll be on tomorrow morning for sure. Maybe this afternoon if I come home and I'm hyped up. I'm still all about Transformers. I don't know why. I'm loving it. I'm loving Transformers. It's doing things. The question is, the theme on Transformers for me is S tier. The theme, the sound, the lights, and the music, S tier. The thing that I'm gently warming up to, the shots and layout are actually quite good as well. I always try not to give a review on the shots and layout until I've had like 50 games. The things that I like about the shots and layout are, it's challenging. It's not a super, super easy game. It looks easy. You think it's going to be easy, but it's not. And I made many comparisons to Jurassic Park, James Bond, Rex pointed out it's similar some aspects, but Foo Fighters as well. These are all excellent games, so I'm not mad when things feel and give vibes of other things. Definitely a lot of it feels different. And anyways, Winchester also has some nearly identical feeling shots to Foo Fighters and Jurassic Park. So not like the ball goes to similar places or feeds the similar feature, but just the feeling you get, if that makes sense. But I'm gonna throw on some outro music. I'm gonna let this game rest. I actually probably could play for another 30 minutes, but the truth is I can feel my feet are a little sore. I've been playing for 2 hours straight and not taking any rest, which is yeah, Rex, I played a couple games on Winchester before bed. Man, that game is hard. I need some practice and I need to figure out how to start some different modes. I feel like I'm starting some of the same stuff and I have to figure my way through the rules a bit. But that is an experience, that game. It's good. It's a gooder. They're sure. Yeah, I'm sort of getting used to it. The 4 colored shots that you hit and then that. Yeah. I want to also say thank you for the new followers today. If you're watching and you're not a follower, I'm 2 away from 800 on Twitch, but we're getting close. But wherever you're watching today, I want to say thank you for your participation in the chat. It's a cool thing to do each day with you guys. I'm so close to 800. I fell off my schedule a little bit with traveling to those shows and that, but I'm back. I'm back, baby. Back, baby. But as always, as I end the stream today, I want to say thank you guys sincerely for coming to hang out in the chat and with the pinballs here. I'm gonna raid over to our friend Tom in Fox City's doing something at District 82. It looks like. But yeah, thank you again, all of you. I hope your day is free from trauma and drama, and you get to play some pinball or hang out with some people that treat you the way you deserve to be treated. That's what I have to say. And if people in your life aren't treating you well, you got 2 choices. Change how they affect you or change the environment where you're with those people. Obviously, Captain Obvious moment, but all right, I'm going to raid over to our friend Tom. I just wanted to say again, you guys are awesome. Thank you again. I will see you soon in the chat.